Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. One final month to push for the playoffs or start preparing for the future. Here we go in Week 14. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Their own 24-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And this one gets to the 33-yard.
Just across I-25 from downtown Denver, the usual 76,000 fans have made their way to Philip Power Field at Mile High, the home of the Broncos. All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now, faking the give. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
Darnell Wright, guilty that time. Back to throw. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver. Third down stop sets up 4th down. Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. The Broncos have Marvin Mims out for the return. This fielded inside the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield.
At their own 45-yard line.
A first carry for the former Tar Heel, Devontae Williams. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. It's another run here for Williams. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On first down, right back to Williams. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Isaiah Simmons comes up to end that one. Here's a 2nd and 9. Back to throw is Nix. Here's a screen set up to Williams. That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
You get so caught up defending all of these weapons all over the field, and it's sometimes really easy to forget about the back. And in this case, the quarterback does a nice job just dropping the ball off in his check down, and he lets him do the rest.
Dulcich now brought in motion. On the give, it's Williams.
Penetration is the key to run defense. Stop the running back before he has a chance to get started. That's exactly how it played out here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That one to the sideline is over everybody. But now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. It'll be a run out of the gun with Williams.
This is a spot you just love to be in as a defensive player. I mean, you've got him backed up so far, you're not really fearing any play call, let alone a run. You sit a couple of guys back, keep the ball from being thrown over your head. Everybody else track the ball, comes up well short.
His kick is good. And the Broncos will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. First and 10. First carry now for Kenneth Walker. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll throw out of the gun. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
They'll look to throw. The second down throw is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to air one out for Metcalf.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it's going to be fourth down. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. To return, it's Mims. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll take this up to the 30. Pick up a 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
They'll go again with Williams. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
So we've played one quarter here on a Monday night. It's the Broncos with the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. Third and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll get about 2. Isaiah Simmons comes up to end that one.
It's 2nd and 8.
Second down and 8. They'll throw. It's Nix. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
Nix from the gun on third down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Okudah.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Hill drops to throw. This one into the hands of Smith and Jigba. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the 1st down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback, just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this that on 3rd down or critical moments.
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. That touchdown, lucky number 13 on the season. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Set to go now on 1st and 10. drive begins with a run by Williams. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Byron Murphy there on the stop. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Now, a second down throw for Nix. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Denver first down.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the first half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
And he'll get up beyond the 40 to the 41-yard line. The linebacker, Jerome Baker, there to make the play.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 41-yard line.
Second down. Nix. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Nix now on 1st and 10. Got it into the hands of Mims. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. A big-time play for the Broncos. 31 yards. On first down, it is Williams. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll try to set up the screen here. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
3rd and long. To throw is Nix. He connects with Mims. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Here comes a return from the end zone. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Seahawks going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Seahawks 10, Broncos 6.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see if we come out with a hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Wow, they are hitting now. Been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On the carry, it's Williams. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Isaiah Simmons comes up to end that one. 2nd and 7. They run over center with Williams. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Throwing is Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Broncos bringing out their punter. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now this time they'll look to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
A pickup of 14 on that one. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Just refusing to go down, he winds up with a gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Seahawks going to bring their kicker out and try a field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Seahawks will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Trying the left side. Here goes Williams. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. He finds Mims. It's complete. They'll go with Williams. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them, downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Back to throw is Nix. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand. So it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Well, not a great start to this drive offensively. You take the sack on 1st down, and you're thinking, all right, let's go to the ground game. Let's pick up some of the lost yardage. But then you take a loss again, and now it sets up 3rd and real long, and you find yourself in a tough spot.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's taken down up past the 35.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate, not only on 3rd down, but what they call 3rd and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert 3rd downs at that distance, chances are you got a pretty big-time quarterback.
Here's a handoff to Walker. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. They face 2nd down and 7. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
They'll look to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And he puts his head down and he picks up the 1st down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, it sets up third down. They'll throw out of the gun. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up. This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Shotgun run now with Walker. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And the Seahawks are looking at a first and goal as he's taken down at the 2-yard line. Here's Walker. He'll get this forward. No signal. They're going to mark him down at the 1. The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. Second touchdown for him in the game. Number 14 on the year. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
A good return as he takes it across the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. We'll start the drive on the ground, and here comes a reverse. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down. They'll go play action with Nix. He's got it to the tight end, Dulcich. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. They'll let the fullback try to push the pot. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the first down.
They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw, and that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. That is caught, and it's Troy Franklin. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt, and that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. On the ground, Williams. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
2nd and 2. You're thinking, I got 2 downs to get 2 yards. How hard can that be? Well, against this defense, it turns out to be a big challenge. They take you back for a loss at 2, and now you find yourself on 3rd down.
And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the game.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Victory formation. Defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Denver, good night, everybody.